Hey, it's Darryl again. I'm going to read a excerpt of a Adbusters article by Maria Hampton, how Britain is eating its young. This was written or posted on the site Adbusters, 11th of August 2011, and it talks about the UN's first ever report on the state of childhood in the industrialized West. And she goes on, made unpleasant reading for many of the world's richest nations, but none found it quite so hard to swallow as the Brits, who, old jokes about English cooking aside, discovered they were eating their own young. According to the Unicef report, which measures 40 indicators of quality of life, including the strength of relationships with friends and family, educational achievements and personal aspirations, and exposure to drinking, drug taking, and other risky behavior, British children have the most miserable upbringing in the developed world. American children come next, second from the bottom. The report confirmed many people's suspicions about the British disease, in the process raising doubts about the Anglo-American model of progress in general. The report explicitly demonstrated that, at least on this side of the Atlantic, the British are trailblazers of generational instability and social deterioration. On the whole, British children were more disconnected from their families, which may not be a bad thing, with nearly half of all 15-year-old boys spending most nights out with friends, compared to just 17% of their French counterparts. 40% of UK youths had sex before the age of 15, compared with 15% of Polish teens. They drank nearly 4 times as much as the Italians, and perhaps most saliently, had the lowest sense of subjective well-being among all the youth surveyed. And this comes from the land of punk rock. Very fascinating. No Future has been part of the mental consciousness in the English youth for a long time. Neil Lawson of the labor think tank Compass bleakly admitted, society is hollowing out, but not just in the rotting boroughs of South London. The middle classes are anxious too. Many are richer, but few seem happier. Mental illness abounds. White-collar jobs are outsourced to India. Everyone looks for meaning in their lives, but all they find is shopping. The reason our children's lives are the worst among economically advanced countries is because we are a poor version of the USA, he said. So the US comes second from the bottom as we follow behind. In the age of neoliberalism, even with the human face of new labor has given it cannot stem the tide of the social recession capitalism creates. Now, to place this into context, what the Unicef report actually means is that the neoliberal capitalist system is set on destroying civilization in order to make a buck. If children, or anyone else for that matter, have to suffer, then so be it. The almighty dollar is today's Moloch, the ancient Semitic god of fire of the ancient Middle East, who demanded blood from the children. So capitalism marches on, destroying civilizations in its way, destroying the future, as it were, of the children that are born within it. We don't have much time to come up with a solution, but at least there is a solution, and it's equal money. There is an equal money solution for this problem, and it doesn't, they're right. There is no meaning in life other than shopping at this point in time. We get rid of money, the dependence of life on money, and we can live for the first time in this world. I'm late.